where the real ones talk and the truth gon' flow like summer, right? Yeah, the spotlight glow from the stars, you know, to the ones about to blow. Hear the stories unfold from the grind in the dark to the diamonds and gold. Every beat, every dream, every risk they chose. We keep it raw, no scripts, no pose. Tune in close, let the energy grow. New voices rising, yeah, we running the show. Bring the stage to the mic, let the whole world know. It's the Fed Up Show. 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 Yeah. It's the Fed Up Show, where the real ones talk and the truth gon' flow like summer, right? Yeah, the spotlight glow from the stars, you know, to the ones about to blow. Hear the stories unfold from the grind in the dark to the diamonds and gold. Every beat, every dream, every risk they chose. We keep it raw, no scripts, no pose. Tune in close, let the energy grow. New voices rising, yeah, we running the show. Bring the stage to the mic, let the whole world know. It's the Fed Up Show. 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 Yeah. It's the Fed Up Show, where the real ones talk and the truth gon' flow like summer, right? Yeah, the spotlight glow from the stars, you know, to the ones about to blow. Hear the stories unfold from the grind in the dark to the diamonds and gold. Every beat, every dream, every risk they chose. We keep it raw, no scripts, no pose. Tune in close, let the energy grow. New voices rising, yeah, we running the show. Bring the stage to the mic, let the whole world know. It's the Fed Up Show. 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 Yeah. It's the Fed Up Show, where the real ones talk and the truth gon' flow like summer, right? Yeah, the spotlight glow from the stars, you know, to the ones about to blow. Hear the stories unfold from the grind in the dark to the diamonds and gold. Every beat, every dream, every risk they chose. We keep
What's up? Hey everybody, it's your girl McKeelery, aka Miss Fed Up, and I'm coming live back to you live on the Fed Up Show. I'm back. Yes, honey. This is the space where real conversations happen, real stories are told, and real people are empowered to walk boldly in their purpose. This show was created to inspire, uplift, and challenge you to push beyond limitations, silence the doubt, and step fully into the vision that has been placed on your life. Whether you're an entrepreneur, creative, leader, dream chaser, or simply someone looking for motivation to keep going, you are in the right place tonight. So go ahead and tag a friend, share this live, and get ready for powerful dialogue, authentic moments, and life-changing insight, because this is live on the Fed Up Show, and the conversation starts right now. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's special guest is a comedian. His name is Mr. Comedian Steve D. Brown, honey. Steve Brown. Yes, honey. I'm so elated to have him on the platform. I've been following him for years, and we have a little thing in common, that Stillman College in Tuscaloosa, Alabama was some stumping grounds for us back in the day. But tonight we're going to bring you some laughter, some wisdom, real talk, and the kind of energy that reminds people joy is still necessary no matter what life throws at you. Because our next guest is not just a comedian. He's not just an actor. He's a storyteller, an entertainer, a man who has spent years making people laugh while surviving the pressures of life in the entertainment industry himself. Behind the jokes, behind the stage lights, behind the unforgettable punchlines that people people love to quote, there's resilience, there's sacrifice, there's a journey that requires consistency, confidence, and learning how to laugh through difficult seasons. From comedy stages to television screens to becoming one of the most respected voices in comedy, Steve Brown represents someone that knows how to be authentic. He has longevity and has the power of staying true to himself in an industry where everybody's trying to fit in. Tonight, get ready to laugh, get ready to learn, and hear the real story behind the comedian Steve Brown. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please help me welcome to the stage, live on the Fed Up Show, comedian and actor, Mr. Steve Brown. Hey.
What's happening? Hey, listen, right now I'm fed up and I'm feeling a little full right now because I'm waiting to be introduced, and I'm listening to you. You sound amazing, but man, I could have sworn you sounded like you was reading my obituary. I'm like, am I gonna die? Like, wait a minute now. I had to pinch myself to see was I still here. Hey man, thank you for having me on the show. I appreciate it.
Hey, most definitely. Hey, I had to let them know I'm getting ready to bring him out. Okay.
You did that. I appreciate it.
Oh, most definitely. For those that don't know you, they're gonna get to know you tonight. So again, thank you for coming on, and we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna give these people some information. We're gonna give them a little inspiration and some motivation and some realness about the world, and especially the entertainment world, for those that want to come and embark upon this journey. So first and foremost, let's get the political part out of the way. When did you realize that you weren't just funny at your mom and dad's house, but you were actually funny in real life, and people would pay to hear you tell jokes?
Hey, you know what? That is a trick question in a sense, but I mean, I wasn't trying to be a comedian for real. I wasn't. My believe it or not, people don't know this, but my first love is football. Tried to play, wasn't good at it, but I coached it from little league to college, believe it or not, while I was still pursuing my comedy journey, and the success with comedy beat the football. How about that? But definitely. I learned it at an early age. Well, no, actually, my freshman year in college, I was just hosting stuff, Greek shows, little comedy shows, and Ricky Smiley came to the school, and he was like, "Man, you pretty funny. You ought to start doing comedy." And my crazy self, I listened to him, and he took me on the road. Him, Doug Williams, the late great Ray Russell, we used to call him Ray from back in the day, Henry Welch, all those guys took me on the road, and I was opening for them for free. I was the driver because I worked at Toyota Rent-A-Car, and the one of the managers, he believed in my little dream, so he let me get cars on the weekends for free, and I would be their chauffeur, and I was driving everywhere, getting that little stage time, man, and it kind of snowballed, and here I am today. So that was quite a journey, but it was quite a journey worth taking. And I ain't done yet.
Yeah, most definitely. 30 years in the game, but like you said, you're not done yet. And it's crazy because that's how I was introduced to Steve Brown. I was a freshman at Stillman College, and you hosted something, and I think we were in the Hay Center. I don't know if it's still called that or not, but that's where I was introduced to you at. And I remember saying, that fool crazy. You made the event. So from there, I've been following you since then. And then you are a part of the great Omega Psi Phi, which my two male best friends are, and Spring 05 from Stillman College. They're my boys.
Well, let me say this about you. You say your two friends. Let me tell you something. Those are the two best friends you will ever have in your life.
They are.
If you are friends with an Omega man, those are some of the best friends you will ever have in your life. So there it is.
Yeah, we are 23 years in the game now. And we all met at Stillman. Freshman year at Stillman College, and we've been stuck together ever since.
Hey man, listen. Friendship is essential to the soul. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Some going to miss it, some going to catch it, but you'll understand.
Most definitely. And you know what? I listen to people who have come onto the platform that's in the industry, that's doing movies and acting and everything. They all say, be careful because you don't have any real friends in the industry. And since you said that, it brings me to the chatter that was out there on the radio waves and the social media waves. Now you said Ricky Smiley brought you into the game. He heard you and he went on the road with him. But then there was a little beef came about.
Oh
Some
yeah,
beefing
yeah,
going on.
man. Let me tell you something, man. Ricky and I, you know what, man? It's like siblings, but stubborn, stupid siblings, because we made a lot of history together, man. And because of egos, because of stubbornness, we fell out. And we were, you know, we once we became back close, which is really crazy how it happened. We looked at it like, man, we were just being two stubborn, crazy dudes that wanted their way, and we were both saying things about each other to other people and making it worse when it was so simple how we got back together. And I love Ricky to death, man. And I'm just grateful that he got me in the game and was a part of my life. You know, I would say Ricky is Ricky, and I am who I am, but we've learned to really look past the past, and we have a lot of things, you know, going in the future. Of course, I'm going to be on his cruise coming up. Of course, I've been a staple on the Tom Joyner cruises, but Ricky is taking it over, and he hit me up personally. Hey, man, I got to have you on the cruise, man, because we got things we got to do that we didn't do. So, you know, it was just crazy, and how we got back together was so crazy. This last time during the cruise, he was on it, and we just happened to run into each other and gave each other a look and hugged each other like nothing happened. Like it was crazy. Like everything that happened between us, that was said, because you know, one thing about me, I am a man, and to me, my grandfather always taught me, being a man, you have to know accountability. You have to possess accountability. And me, a lot of things I did that happened between us, it was on me. Just like with him, he can tell his story, but I know I have to hold myself accountable for some of the things I did and said. And when we talked, man, we didn't even talk about the beef. He asked me about my mom. He asked me about other things. And then he called my mom, worrying her, you know, telling me, I'm coming to see you, Miss Brown. I'm this. Oh, I mean, like nothing changed. So,
Yes.
you know, as far as I'm concerned, and from what I can see, as far as he's concerned, we are good. And it feels good, man, to squash something, because we hadn't spoken for probably 10 years.
Oh, wow.
10 whole years. Just being stubborn and stupid and childish. So, you know, but and like I said, it wasn't even a real beef, to be honest. The way we made up, we just saw. Usually when people have beef, when it's on site, it's on site.
It's
I
on
mean, we
site,
about to
yes.
rumble. But when we saw each other, it was a huge hug, and I love you, man, and this and that. I'm like, am I being punked? Are we, you know? So, and we just been keeping in contact, man. And you know, again, he's letting Steve be Steve, and I'm letting Ricky be Ricky. And when we get together, it is what it is. We having a ball, man. So I'm just happy, and I'm grateful for that, you know?
Yes, I love to hear that too. Grown men can resolve issues, you know.
Right.
Little boys continue to beef and hold grudges.
Yeah.
Life is too short. So I'm glad to hear you and Ricky have squashed whatever it was. And I know that cruise ship is about to be rocking with some laughter. Rocking with some laughter.
Oh, definitely.
Now, is there still room on the cruise ship for those that want to come on in and see this fun and witness this good comedic run that's going to take place? Is there any more? Do you know?
I have no idea. That's a Ricky thing, but I know I'm on it. And I know, you know, I've been on it for like 10, 11 years now. So, you know, I'm one of those people, you know, where I'm going to make sure the guest or whoever's in front of me are having a good time. And then with my comedy, I try to really make it personable. Like after a show, I make it my business, and anybody who was on the show with me, you got to be at that back door or that front door, and people are leaving, shaking hands. Let people know that you appreciate them. And I got this little thing that I do, and it messed people up all the time. When people ask me, like, hey, can I get a picture with you? I'd be like, no. Can I get a picture with you? And they just enlighten them, because I want people to feel that we really value their support. You know what I mean? Which we really do. Because honestly, in this day and time, it ain't about, we are really grateful and thankful to get the support that we get as talents, because in this day and time, it ain't about how talented you are. It ain't about how funny you are. It ain't about how well you can dance, how well you can sing. It's about notoriety. Like I'm going to go on a limb and say this: your show, it's an amazing show, but the reason people probably not on it like they're supposed to be is because it's somebody out there acting a fool with no talent and promoting a lot of drama and foolishness, and people can't wait to tune in. No talent, no substance, no teaching. That's they want somebody who is going to be a clown, keep up drama, keep up negativity. That is what society is trying to watch. Now, you got to be a criminal, you got to be somebody's doing something stupid, unproductive, and people will go and pay to see it. And it is the most frustrating thing in the world, the people who trained all their lives, who've worked hard all their lives to get to where they are, and they got to pull teeth and pull out eyes and everything to get people to come see them. So honestly, I'm going to be pushing for your platform and doing everything I can, because honestly, I appreciate you having me on, and it is a really good platform. So I thank you for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And, you know, I'm glad that you said that, because one thing about it, when God gave me the vision for it to go ahead and step out and do it, he said, stay true to me and stay true to you. You know, and I tell people a lot of time, because I have a lot of friends that do reality TV, and that's actually in the entertainment business, and people, I see the comments online and stuff, and I be trying to tell them, listen, those people are doing and saying what they have to do to make sure we keep tuning in and watching, so they can make sure they keep their check coming in. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, unfortunately, we say, a lot of people say they want to see more positive Black shows. They want to see more positivity. But if we give you that, you're not going to tune in. Now ratings drop. Now we got a canceled show and people losing jobs, you know. But as soon as you get somebody fighting and husbands cheating on somebody and the women fighting the women, now you tuned in, locked in, the ratings are through the roof. So I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you noticing the platform, because I truly just wanted to do something to where those coming up behind you, behind those who have conquered the dream and are still conquering more of their dreams, for them to be able to see examples, positive examples of us, and say, I can do it too. Because I told them, nobody gave me a blueprint on writing stage plays. Nobody gave me a blueprint on a podcast. It's something I wanted to do. So I just jumped out there and did it, and Googled and learned my way, and still going to learn my way and try to perfect my craft. But it's a lot of us who are hesitant with trying to pursue their dreams because they don't know which direction to go. So when we bring people like yourself, who have done it, who have traveled this journey, that comes on here and want to keep it real and say, this is the ugly, this is the pretty, this is the bad, this is the good, and this is what I did, you know. So now they can say, okay, now they got a direction to go in. So that's what it's for. So I just appreciate you for noticing that I'm not trying to be like the others, and I ain't trying to have the drama and everything. Even
got you.
A little bit of it will keep them tuned in. But now that I've said that, for those that want to be a comedian, for those that want to step out there and do stand up, what is a piece of advice you would give them?
Well, first off, you have to not only be able to create humor and translate your humor to people who don't know you, you got to also be able to take it. You cannot be out here sensitive. You cannot. And honestly, you have to be patient with yourself, give yourself grace, because there's going to be some ups and there's going to be some downs. You try not to get too high, and you try not to go too low. You got to stay balanced. Because honestly, I'm going to be honest. Everybody and their mama trying to do comedy now. Why? Because they think it's the easy fix. Have you noticed that? You know, and it's nothing against T.I. T.I., I think he just loved comedy. He just, and honestly, from what I've seen and what I've heard, he's really studied the game and he's doing a good job. You know, now he's back doing what he really does, but I can still see him doing comedy. But other than him and a couple more, everybody and their mama trying to do comedy. Why? Because they think it's easy, and it's not easy at all. The the Ricky Smileys, the Bruce, the Don DC Curry, the
Yes.
Steve Browns. We just make it look easy. It is an art. It is an art where we come up with something in our minds that we think is funny, and we have to be so creative and so smart to where we got to make everybody in the room think it's funny.
Yes.
That is an art. I could talk about the color blue, why it's funny to me, but the job is being creative enough to make you guys, the audience, think that it's funny as well. So people, they'll get up and they'll say a little something and this and that, and people will chuckle, and then they think they got it. And then the next show, it doesn't work. Now they're ready to quit. And let me tell you, the biggest humiliation in the world is a comedian's humiliation when nobody's laughing. Ain't nobody coming to save you. It ain't nothing you can do. And you look like a pure idiot up there. And then when you get off stage, other comedians are not going to want to be around you because they feel like what happened to you was contagious and it's going to rub off on them. So I'd be like, hey, man, how'd I do? Hey, talk to me tomorrow. I don't want. So that's just how it is in the comedy industry. It is a challenging job. We go through a lot of things that people don't even realize. Like, I can only talk about me. I was going through my divorce, and I was going through trying times, depressing times. But at the same time, I still had to go on stage and make hundreds and thousands of people laugh in my sorrow, in my pain, in my trials. During my trials, I had to go through it all. And the thing is, people, this is why I have created something for myself. I don't smoke. I don't drink. My therapy is being on stage. Comics, they complain like, man, Steve Brown, he be on stage too long. Bro, I'm getting that therapy. I'm getting that therapy, bump what you talking about. And that is my therapy, real talk. You know, and I, that way I know I won't come up with a vice of drinking or smoking or drugs or whatever. And here's the deep part people don't even really recognize. I could be going through hell at home. I can have probably my lights cut off, my car repossessed, but I go on stage and I might make everybody else forget about the problems of life that they have. They've forgotten about them for a whole hour and probably a couple of hours after that.
Yes.
But when I say good night and them stage lights go off, I got to go back to my reality. People don't see that. And honestly, professional entertainers, they go through it more than anybody. Why? Because if you're not an A-lister, you really don't know where your next check is going to come from. And see, me, I'm established, so I'm always working. God is good. Thank you so much. I praise you every night, every morning. But yes, I am working. I'm good. But a lot of comics, and sometimes I even look at my calendar. I've been like, okay, God, what's going on? I know you're playing, right? Don't play, man. You know, so yeah. And then, and honestly, another thing I don't do, another thing that has really helped me, it has built my faith. It has built my faith. I can look at my calendar and I don't really see nothing for the following month. I still continue on like it's going to be there. And next thing you know, I start getting calls out of nowhere. And then sometimes some of them get aggravating because some 2 or 3 calls or 4 calls will be for the same date. I'm like, come on, Lord, let these folks spread it out. I want all the wealth. So those things happen to us. And if you're not ready for that, if your faith is not built, if you're not grounded, this is not the business for you. You want to see a lot of things that you probably don't want to see in this business because it's show business. And I will tell anybody, the best thing about the comedy business is being on stage.
Yeah,
That's the absolute best. The business part of it. I've been blackballed. I've had to have material stolen. I mean, you name it, it's happened. But you know, like I said, I'm just happy that I kept my eye on the prize. I kept my faith strong. And, you know, I'm still here. And believe it or not, 30 years and still going strong. That's a huge blessing.
it is.
It's a huge blessing. And I'm grateful.
It is. 30 years is a very, very long time. I'm just 41. So
Oh wow.
so
So
yeah, 30 years is a long time.
I'm 58.
Oh
58.
wow.
And July 27th, I'll be big 5'9". I mean, hopefully I don't look it. I
You
really try.
don't.
I'm trying to be fine for the summer, but listen, so I can listen. I'm trying to be fine for the summer, so I can get on that boat and go after some Ernestines, Lucille's, and Miss Pat and them. You know, because I'm at that age now. I can't go. I can't get no little Sandys and little Tianas and none of them. I got to go for the
Yeah.
Lucille's, and you know
I
that's.
don't know now.
I'm at
I
that
don't know.
age.
They might look twice at you with that ball shining head. Now they might
Hey
them old.
man,
I see
listen.
them
Hey, let
olds
me tell you
poking out the
something.
shirt.
Oh, so you remember when I used to have the long locks, right?
Yes.
Comedy took it all. Comedy took it all. Listen, but I persevered. You got to give me credit. I persevered because I kept them locks until I had one lock up there, like it was up there, like it was a clip-on tie. But and when it fell out, I'm like, yeah, Lord, I think it's time for me to just go bald. So, but I
Yeah.
think it look pretty decent on me. I think I'm
It,
cool.
it does. It does. You look good. You look good for 58.
Thank
Now,
you.
and I want to ask you something because the fact that you said that one of the greatest things is to be on stage.
Mhm.
What do you think separates those who are now becoming the what we call the internet sensations? They're doing the skits online, and then they're transforming and they're going into doing shows and at venues in different cities and states, and they're doing whole tours all
All right.
because they were online putting on
Okay, so
skits.
here's the thing. And some people thought it was hating when I first said, man, that is kind of sketchy. It's really cheating because a lot of these guys, they are not comedians. They are just really, really, really great content creators. I love
Mhm.
what they do. I wish I could do it. But here is, as they say, the gag. They tell people they're comedians and they're not. But and what makes it even worse, they go out as comedians and then they pack shows out. And then when people see them, they like, especially for first time comedy consumers. They go see the crap that's on stage. They'll be like, I'm never going back to another comedy show. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
honestly, again, like I said, it ain't about the talent, it's about the notoriety. So if
Mhm.
I guess that's why now I'm online trying to do what I can, trying to keep up with these young guys, knowing I can, doing my little skits, doing whatever I do, just and honestly, it has helped. It has
Yes.
helped because I came up with my own thing. I don't know if you've seen it when the Saints and Names go marching in.
Much in. Mhm.
Yeah, when I have the old school choirs going marching in videos and I do the voiceovers behind it, those been hitting really good, and I've been getting notoriety from that. But again, it's not about talent. It's about notoriety. So,
Yes.
and again, a lot of these people are not even comedians. Some of them are. And like Shula King. Shula King is really good, but he is
Mhm.
a comedian. Desi Banks,
Mhm.
he's a comedian. The one who really started it all, DC Young Fly, he is a comedian. I've seen these guys in open mic rooms. Open mics are the little comedy rooms where you just go out and try your material. I've seen them working. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, I applaud guys like that, but there are a lot of people just popping up online saying they're comedian and doing content. But here is what they don't tell you, or what they can't do. They cannot go on stage and bring that TV and say, okay, look at this kid, look at this kid. No, you gotta, it's only you and that mic is going to expose you to be really good or really bad.
Really
It
bad.
ain't no do-overs, it ain't no edit out or edit in, it ain't none of that. It's you and your creative mind and your material, you and the mic, and it's going to tell us who you are. And as of
Mhm.
late, it's been telling a lot of people who is who and who is ain't, if
Mhm.
that makes sense. Who
Mhm.
ain't?
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah,
Most definitely. Said it is exposed the fake is what grandma used to say.
pretty
It
much.
exposed the fake. So I'm with you now, and we bringing up social media and everything. But how big? And I heard you just say your skits that you do with the choir and everything has gotten you some notoriety. So social media. Do you think social media now is also helping even the OG comedians who was out there grinding
Hmm.
literally on sidewalks and venues and didn't have social media back then? You think it's helping keeping you all relevant now because we all love social media.
You know what? It's completely helping us out. The thing is, with some of the old school comedians like myself, and some who are older, they still feel like, hey, man, I could just go tell these jokes, forget social media. But that is the new wave now, and you have to do something to keep you relevant. Because and honestly, that's why I'm on it. Not to try to really compete with these young guys, because I don't know. I try to learn from them, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay relevant. I'm trying to say,
Mhm.
and it really make me feel good when people see me in the airport and I said, I saw you on Instagram. I saw it like, oh, wow. Okay. So it's working. So
It's
again, I appreciate the social media thing. I didn't like how certain people were trying to hustle it as far as saying they are comics and they're not.
Mhm.
But again, I have to be a grown up about it and keep those blinders on. And I can't
Mhm.
focus on what's over there, what's over there. That's gonna work itself out. I got to work out what's for me. So
Most definitely, most
mhm.
definitely. Do you believe that laughter is good for healing and the mental health of people? Because like my flyer said, laughter is good for the soul. Do you believe that comedy helps people? Like you said, they come to your shows, they don't tell them what they went through at home. Now they come through the show and they laugh at it, and now they don't forget all about. They forgot about that man who ain't washed them dishes and
Hey,
disappear
let me tell
at
you
the house.
something. Laughter. Let me tell you something. Laughter is good for everything.
Mhm.
Laughter is good for everything. You know what I'm saying? I would like to think people say, jewelry or whatever it's an old saying. Something jewelry or something is the key to a woman's heart.
Mhm.
Based on my experience, it's laughter.
Mhm.
If you
Laughter.
have a beautiful lady like yourself laughing, you have already opened up Pandora's box. If she
Yes.
is happy, she is happy, and that's just what it is. If you can keep, I don't care how mean or how tough the lady tries to, be or act. If you got her
Mhm.
smiling, if you got her laughing,
You
you can
got us.
open up to more communication and more everything. Sometimes I will just during my day, because I've always felt like, hey, be the reason that someone smiles. I would be in the drive-through or whatever, or wherever I am, and I would just say little things. The girl will probably be having a bad day. She's looking mean. Somebody done burnt the chicken or whatever. Anything. And
Yes.
I would look at her while we're making a transaction. I say, "You are too pretty not to be smiling." And guess what she does?
Smile.
Smile. Oh, I'm just having a bad day. Yeah, but you smiling. No, let me catch you not smiling again. And I
Yes.
go about my business. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
it works every time. So, I think that laughter, keeping a person smiling is one of the healthiest things ever. I
Yes.
really believe that.
I agree
And
with
and
that.
and that's why I can consider myself a healer. I
Mhm.
am created to heal, to
Mhm.
through I'm created to heal and minister through laughter. And I've said this before and I'll say it now. Once I can no longer make people laugh, it's
Mhm.
time for God to take me.
Oh wow.
That is how I truly feel. Once I can no longer make people laugh, I've done my job and I'm ready to go.
Wow. Now that's deep. That's
Hey,
deep.
yep. That,
Yeah.
that's how I truly feel.
Yeah, I can dig it though. I can definitely dig it. Now
Hey,
look.
hey, wait a minute. I kind of caught you slipping. You like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hey, wait a minute.
that
That
was
that
deep
one
there.
kind of caught me slipping too, because hey, that was pretty deep. Let me write that down. No, I'm just kidding.
I
I about to
know
patent
that's
that.
right. Yeah. You took me there with that one. Okay, well, Lord, let him
Yeah.
keep on making us laugh. Then don't take him yet, Lord. Don't take him
Hey,
yet.
listen. Hey, as soon as I have a bad show, you're gonna be the one reporting. Y'all know Steve Brown dead, right? He didn't. Yeah, he didn't. He gone. They didn't boot him off
cute,
stage, and yeah, he
cute.
gone.
Hey, cue the music, call in the drums, baby. We got to go. We got to go. We got to go help move these flowers. Somebody tell
Yeah,
me, hey,
go
we got to
ahead.
walk
Yeah,
slow down with these flowers. My
he
brother
didn't win
gone.
on the glory.
You know, yeah, Jake out of here. I ain't told nobody.
Yeah.
Well, listen. with those who coming up behind you and they want to do comedy, give them some sacrifices that you had to make, especially when you have kids. They need to be ready to be sacrifice. They need to be ready and prepared to have to go through.
You're gonna lose family, some family. It hasn't happened to me because I would say, thank God, I have a close knit family. Shout out to my mom and my grandfather and my grandmother, uh, and my whole family in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My brothers, all of them, like super supportive, and I'm like, I would say I'm blessed because usually people losing family members. Now I lost my wife, partially because of the business. Let me get this out there. It had nothing to do with infidelity. That's just not me. I ain't on that train. Lost my family. Lost friends. I had been homeless. Living in my car for a couple of days. Nobody knew it. I played it off. Just you lose a lot for this business because you believe in yourself and you take risk. Some risk you win, some risk you lose, but when you lose big. And like I said, I cannot stop telling you how blessed I am to be where I am. And the thing is, I'm not even where I projected that I would be, but I'm on my way. But just the fact that I'm still here, performing at a high level, it's like,
yes,
man, I made it. Because, a lot of people think, again, with society, the nice cars, the big old houses, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that. You made it. No, you made it when you can support your family. You can put kids through school, and you can sustain for a long time in your business. The same business year after year after year. That to me is making it. And honestly, I'm really still excited. I still have that fire burning because I know that there is more to come. And the thing is, when I get a little frustrated, I snap out of it because I think about Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was doing comedy almost 20 years before he got discovered on Def Jam. You remember when he came out? I ain't scared of you. People thought, who was that new guy? Who's that man? That dude funny. Who was the new guy?
But
Bernie Mac been here way before that. And he waited 30-something years to get his first big discovery. And boom, when he got it, he was ready. I'm sure you've seen professionals in certain genres or whatever. They are like really huge and then they're gone, one hit wonder. Bernie Mac was ready for his time. He had practice, he had sacrificed, he worked hard, he persevered, and then when his time came, he was ready. And the only thing that retired Bernie Mac was his passing. That right there, to me, if Bernie Mac can wait that long to be as big as he was, why can't I?
Yes.
I just got to continue to work and continue believing in God.
Yes, most definitely. And I heard you say a part of your sacrifices, one of the things you lost was your wife. Now, your daughter just graduated high school. And I saw some pictures. Y'all was in all white. Now, is that your ex-wife that was standing next to her, had the pretty hair? Go back and get her.
Man, listen, whatever. Man, let me tell you something.
If you can let me get that body right there, Jesus. I'll be so.
Hey, man, listen.
Go back and get her. Go get your woman.
Hey, let me tell you something. Listen, let me tell you something. Love her to death. Her and my daughter love them to death. But when I tell you, get on my nerves, we are really, really good. We are in a good place. Sometimes we'll have our knockdown dragouts because of my daughter, of course. She's living her life. She's doing her thing. I'm doing mine. And when we get together, it's like we're really cool. We'll be mad at each other, and then somebody will tell a joke, and then we've broken the ice. And it is what it is. But I had to really adapt to Aubrey, my daughter, graduating, and just becoming the young lady she is, because she took me through there. And I'm not saying that she was a bad kid, but once she went from 12 to 13, teen, can't tell her nothing. She grown. That means when she turned 13, she turned 25. You can't tell her nothing. They always got an answer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I ain't gonna lie. I promise you, when she walked across the stage, when I saw them marching in, I'm a whole thug in these streets, but I cried in front of these folks. Listen, I'm not talking about like wiping my tears. I'm talking about I laid on a lady's shoulder that I ain't even know. You know, her husband like, what are you doing? I'm sorry. Let me know on yours too. I mean, yes, I cried. I cried, and she's been accepted to go to Savannah State, Alabama A&M, Clayton State. And I'm just going to let her make a decision. She wants to go to A&M. Oh, yeah, and Clark. But here's the thing. Me being a dad, you know, I know I'm an HBCU product, okay, still in college.
Yeah.
And I know that there's nothing like an HBCU. So I was like, I'm trying to like talk her like, babe, just go to Clayton State, which is not far from here. It's here in Atlanta. Just for like a semester and then see how you like it, you know, because if she go to HBCU, she ain't gonna want to go nowhere else. Nowhere else. So I'm super proud of her, and she's my last one to finish school. And again, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. And honestly, I'm a daddy's girl. I went from being a football coach with my nephews and my son to being a cheer dad. Boy, that mess with my street credibility, man. You know.
Tell them don't let it fool you. You'll put them pom poms down and still get to
it. Man. I turn a backflip, hit a split, and go at you now.
Let's say don't let these pom poms fool you.
Don't let the pom pom fool you now. So there it is.
Well, listen, after being in the game for 30 years, what's one thing you still want to accomplish in comedy and entertainment? Well, you already told us that, you know, if you stop making people laugh, you ready to go on up to glory.
Oh, yeah.
What's something you want to accomplish that you haven't yet?
I still want to do a sitcom. And of course, one of my ultimate goals is also to own my own comedy club in Entertainment Complex Center. And also, I'm already producing. I'm already putting on shows. So I'm working towards that goal. And honestly, I all I want to do is stand-up comedy. I mean, ultimately, that's all I want to do. Even if I have the comedy club, if I'm managing, if I'm producing, I still want to find myself on the stage. I'll give you a perfect example. If I was to win the lottery, which is everybody's dream.
Yes.
I wouldn't tell nobody. I still go on stage and perform in some of these comedy clubs, rinky-dink clubs, civic centers, auditorium, like it didn't happen. Because this is my passion. And again, this is what I was meant to do. Minister through laughter and heal through laughter. So
yes, most definitely. And now I got to stir the pot just a little bit more.
Uh-huh.
Now, what was your thoughts or feedback on the Kevin Hart roast?
I really looked at it from a professional standpoint, a professional comedian standpoint, and an entertainer. It was all shock TV. It was all shock TV to get ratings. However, it worked for Kevin Hart as far as his ratings, but his reputation took a huge hit from our people, especially. And honestly, when I heard certain comics who were interviewed, they was like, "Hey, certain jokes we can use and certain jokes we can't." But he was like, nobody was reading the jokes. That proved that there was a synopsis to send in. Like when we do TV shows, we got to send those jokes in and see if they are approved. And I think he knew that this guy was going to do what he did because it would create conversations. It'll create debates. It'll create all that. And once people are talking about stuff, the ratings go up. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's about numbers. Again, like I said, it ain't about how talented you are. It ain't about how good you can sing, dance, all that. It's about what type of numbers can you bring me. So that was brilliant. But would I have wanted to take a hit from my own people about letting a white boy get up there and say what he said about somebody? in my community get it dying. And the thing is, I think everybody was up in arms, not so much as George Floyd dying, it's how he died. He died at the hands of a white man with his knee on his neck, looking into the camera like, yeah, I got me one. That's how it came across. And for him to let him go with that joke, and he knew Tony Hinchcliffe is a person who uses comedy as racial propaganda.
Yes.
And now, but here is the enlightful part. One of the funniest comedians in the country shut it down, and she did it with ease.
My girl, she did.
Cheryl Underwood.
She did that.
And she shut everybody down. She stood on hers. She stood on her blackness. And honestly, I still say, yes, I love the Queens of Comedy, but one of the funniest female comics that ever lived and still living is Cheryl Underwood. And again, like when I just want to go back to the Queens of Comedy. They had notoriety and they were good, but Cheryl Underwood should have been one of them queens.
She should have been, yes.
She should have been one of the queens, and everybody knows it. But again, it ain't about how funny. Because honestly, Cheryl Underwood funnier than all of them, and that's just my opinion. She is one of the strongest. She's one of the strongest comics. Period. Now I take nothing from Adele or Samore or none of them, you know. But when or a Monique, but when I tell you that Cheryl Underwood is bam, 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 bam from start to finish, and not only that, not only is she giving you pure comedy, she's also teaching you, and she's teaching with pride. When I tell you she shut that roast down, and then afterwards, Kevin Hart turned around and gave her a 30-minute special on Netflix. And guess what? That is a special that is well deserved.
Yes. Yes.
And you know what? Yes. Everybody gonna be tuning in for it to see what she got to say next. Because the way she shut them white boys down.
Hey, let me tell you something. Cause baby, you weren't gonna make it out the parking lot, dude. You like you must forget where you at. Like, hey. I rewinded like 5 times. Like
and them white boys was so embarrassed. She was killing them. And I loved it. So that was the best part of the roast to me. And where, okay, Kevin let you slide, but I ain't gonna let you slide.
Yeah.
I thought her bringing it back to how powerful we are as a people and how much pride we got. That to me set the tone for the rest of the night.
Yes, it did. Now, what do you? And we talked about you and Ricky Smiley, many y'all relationship. What do you think about Cat Williams showing up to the roast?
Again, it was for TV. It was just for TV. It's for ratings. I didn't believe it at all. You know why? Because I looked at Cat's body language. I didn't believe it at all. And that's just my opinion. I look at a person's body language. I look if they're gonna look me in my eye. I don't think Cat looked in his eyes one time. I think he just did a little something, and it wasn't a real genuine hug like me and Ricky Smiley. I mean, me and Ricky Smiley, we was like really out there hugging. You know, like wow. Like, but people have been like, hey man, what's going on with them two? No, it ain't that. It just years of missing each other as brothers. But it to me, and I could be wrong, but to me it was disingenuous, and I really don't think they meant that. It was a good look for TV, and the reason he was there again, I say numbers. But Cat Williams and Kevin Hart in the same place, I gotta watch this.
Yes, you're right. The numbers and the numbers have done well. He's done well. Mm-hmm. He's done well with the roast. Now you've been in the game a long time and worked with a lot of comedians. Is there anyone that you respect their work that you haven't had a chance to work with that you would like to work with?
I've worked with some of everybody.
Yes.
I can't name one that I haven't worked with. I've seen, I mean, the younger comics who are pretty fly. Like I like my guy Mojo Brooks. I'm a DC
Yeah,
youngster. I
I'm
think,
a huge fan. That's my guy.
yeah,
Unhand me now. Like that's
yeah.
my
He's
guy. I
he,
love him.
he is another one that came from the internet, but he also worked his stand up. You know,
Hmm.
and I can respect that. I'm just a fan of a lot of them, and I'm going to answer a question for you before you even ask it. If you're going to ask it, I don't know if you are, but you're probably going to ask me who are my favorite comedians. Well,
Hmm.
you gonna plan or you
It
plan?
was
I know
next. Yeah.
it. Me. Me,
Yeah.
I'm my favorite comedian. No, I say that sarcastically, but I just don't have a favorite comedian because all of them are so funny and brilliant in their own way. I'm just a fan of the art form. I love Bruce, Don DC Curry, Ricky Smiley, Ricky Funny. Um, there are just a lot of, then the ones that you don't know, Sean Larkin is not a household name. He's one of my best friends in comedy, and which is a blessing because you really don't have friends in this business. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you know about the professional entertainment business. You don't really have friends, you just have constituents. The
Hmm.
Lab Loves, the Marvin Hunters. So you probably never even heard of these brothers. And when I tell you they are just as funny or funnier than the big names, there are a lot of comedians out here that people don't know. And my people, black people, we have to get away from that. I don't know them. Hey, Steve Brown having a show. I don't know no Steve Brown. Hell, I don't know you either. But I'm gonna be funny. I'm gonna
Yes.
be there and be funny, And so
Yes.
that's what we caught up on. And I'm sorry, you tell the white folks, hey man, I'm gonna be working at Paul's booting tube. Oh,
Yeah.
yo, for real? Hey,
For
listen,
real.
I'll be there and I'll bring my friends. And guess what?
Yes.
12 of his friends are there. They don't even know
Yep.
who you are. All they know is their guy Sal is going to a comedy show and he invited them.
Yep.
What do we do? Hey man, we got a comedy show downtown at the theater. Oh yeah? Who gonna be there? It
Who
don't
gonna be there?
matter. Just
Yes.
so
Yes. Now you just
so
preached a word there. I just made a post, I think either yesterday or the day before, and it's simply about, when people say, "Oh, I don't know you." Well, baby, guess what? I didn't know you until the day either. So,
exactly. I don't know
but
you. But
I
guess
don't.
what? But I'm gonna still do my thing.
I'm still.
And I will say this though. I can appreciate my hometown of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, because when I tell you they were not supporting Jack Ish. Took me a couple of years to get some support. I started producing my comedy night at this place called the Black Orchid downtown Tuscaloosa.
Yes, that was my place.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
yes.
and I brought all the people that people didn't think would come to Tuscaloosa. I brought Kevin Hart, brought Sid the Entertainer. Then I took it to the Bama Theater, and honestly, I still wasn't getting the support of the hometown that I thought I should get until my mom had to sit me down and
Come
tell me
on.
a prophet
Prophet is
is
not
never
honored
honored in
in
his
his
own
own
hometown.
hometown. Come on now.
And then
Yes.
so I sat down and I studied it out because I ain't gonna lie. I went to bed playing a nights crying about lack of support. I mean, literally crying. And my mom had to
Yes.
come in, but I would be burning up that night oil 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and my mom would just see me, and because my mom is my best friend. My mom is my best friend, and I'm sorry, and she's never one of my comedy shows ever, but she knows her son. And of course, she's a churcher.
Yeah.
She what? She's a church woman. I mean, and that's the type of family I grew up with. The Kojic Church of God in Christ, where you go Sunday morning, get out that Wednesday evening. So they ain't had time for no comedy show. They ain't have time for no comedy shows. But and my grandfather, the late Elder Frank McMullen, my grandmother Lucille, we call her Lady Lucille McMullen, Church of God in Christ, and that's what I was raised in. And they support, but the rest of my family, they were always at my shows and this and that. And it took my mom, one night, late at night, son, you crying, but you got to understand, a prophet is never honored in his own hometown. And I took that with me. I took it with me. And I did move away from Tuscaloosa, and I did write something down to add to it. But again, The prophet is never honored in his own hometown. And this is why God gave you major cities so people who don't know you will embrace you. This is how we know that it's about God, because people that you don't even know will embrace you quicker than the ones that know you. And that lets you know that God is watching you. God is watching all over you. Most of my fans, excuse me, and I get to that. I don't ever call them fans. I don't call fans fans. I don't. But most of the people who support me, I don't know them at all. I don't know them. And let me get on this fan thing. I don't do fans. I do supporters. Yeah, there are fans out there. I do supporters. Why do I call my supporters and not my fans? Because fans will leave you. If you do something they don't like, you say something you don't like, or something that they don't agree with, they will leave you. Supporters, the people that support me, they don't even know me. But guess what they do? Sometimes if I do something that's detrimental to my career, or don't look right, I'm gonna get an inbox from somebody. I'm gonna get a call from somebody, bro. Come on now. That lets me know you care about me and that you want to see longevity. And you're holding me to the standard that I need to be held to. So and trust me, I'm open to constructive criticism. I'm open to all that, because it's all about accountability. If you don't have accountability, you will not grow. And honestly, I that's why those that have been with me that long, they can call me, they can text me, they can inbox me or whatever, and let me know, hey man, this joke that you use or whatever, this and that, I don't think it's good for you or whatever, this and that, because I'll throw up anything. But but those are your supporters. You know? So
you're definitely right. You're definitely right about that. Your mom hit it on the head, and it was actually a pastor in Mobile, Alabama. When I took my play down there last June, we had this same type of conversation, and he told me that scripture, and it's been with me ever since last June. It's been with me. But I will say this: people ask me all the time about my hometown. I'm from a small place called Troy, Alabama. But one thing I can say is that when I first came out in 2012 with my first show. First time ever, sold it out. 930 people was in the building. The people over the Crosby Theater. I remember D. Brew is his name. He was
that's my dog team. That's my dog team.
D. Brew.
He used to bring me to Detroit to do comedy shows all the time.
Wow. Yeah.
Derek Brewster.
Derek Brewster, that's his name.
Yeah,
that's his name. But he told my people working. He said, "Hey, let her know nobody else can come in. No more people. She's at capacity. Nobody can come in." But I sit up. I was interviewed about 2 years ago, and they asked me about that show, and I said a part of me feel like it was that many people because they didn't think I could do it. I believe it's sold out because they were like, "Hey, we got to see firsthand if she actually know what she's doing." Okay. And since then they ain't let me hit that 930 again down here now. But but I've had the 600. I've had the 700. I've had the 500. So I'm grateful for that. But a lot of those numbers too were from people from outside cities that came to the city to see it. But yeah, that scripture resonated with me, and it has stuck with me since last June. And now that I'm getting emails to come out and do media on scenes, on locations, where the celebrities are, people who I've prayed to be in rooms with, now, I'm there, and I feel like now all of a sudden my numbers on my page and my posts are going more viral now. But
that's what's
I've
up.
been doing this. I've been doing this since 2012.
And that pastor, that gave you that scripture, he probably got it from my mama, because she be at everybody's church. She just show up. I ain't been invited nowhere. Just show up. Like, Mama, where you going? I'm gonna go down to Mississippi Fold Church. Mama, do they know you? No, but I'm going where the Spirit lead me. Mama, I don't think the Spirit led you that far and you ain't got no gas in your car. I just don't believe that.
She know Jesus gonna work it out. He gonna work it out.
Yeah.
He said, drive by faith, not by sight.
Hey, man, listen. Speaking of the gas prices, that's what I've been riding on, faith, for the last 3 days.
You and me both, because my dashboard keeps saying 20 miles to E.
I know, right?
I'm gonna get there, please. Okay, you ain't gotta get louder and louder. I heard you the first 3 days.
That is.
Well, I do want to ask you while we wrap up here. When people hear the name Steve Brown years from now, what do you want them to remember most about the impact you have made?
Um, I would say that I want people to remember that I loved people, I loved teaching, and I was a true example of
Mm-hmm.
being faithful
Mm-hmm.
and having perseverance. That's that I want. Yes, I want. And honestly, I'll say this while I'm here. Listen, people, um, I want to be treated like I just died. Like I just died. I want to be treated like this from this point on. Do you realize when people pass away, everybody love them all of a
Love
sudden?
them.
Love them. Treat me like I
Mm-hmm.
just died. Treat me like that. That's how
Yes.
I want to be treated. And I will
Mm-hmm.
be good. I ain't going nowhere, so y'all gonna have to fake it. But yeah, treat me like that. Everybody love you when you for real. Oh, I
Yeah.
just seen him. That's black folk favorite line when somebody died. Why is it when brothers
I
die,
just
the
talked
first
to
thing
him.
we say is, I just seen him.
I
That,
just
that
seen
ain't got nothing to do with it.
he
Yeah,
gone
so
now.
he gone now. So
He gone.
yeah, but
Yeah.
definitely, I want to be known as a teacher, a person who loved people, who loved God, and a person who was very faithful and dedicated.
Yes. Yes, most definitely. For those that's watching and they have their own productions and comedy sessions coming up, how can they book Steve Brown for either comedy, movie, acting, to come be an inspirational speaker somewhere? How can they book you? If you take
Um,
bookings, how can they book you?
well, you can just send me an email, swbcomic@gmail.com. Just swbcomic@gmail.com, and I'll get it to the proper people and we'll go from there. So there it is, people. swbcomic@gmail.com. That'll get my attention and we'll go from there.
Yeah, because we got to make sure you stay booked and busy for another 30 years, for
That
another
is well, whoa,
20.
whoa, whoa, no, 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 no. Hey, what, y'all just gonna prop me up against the microphone and just sit there, just
Just
stand
sit
there.
there. Put you a nice chair on the stage. Put you a nice chair. It's no longer stand up comedy. It's sit down comedy. Okay.
Yeah, lay down, lay down. Roll,
Lay-
roll the hospital bed out there. I'm just there.
and they gonna say he still got it. He
He
still
still
got it.
got it. Still got it.
Listen, I want to sincerely thank you for coming onto the platform because I just told someone the other day, I like when I can talk and connect with people who allow me to be me and it's not a nervousness of me asking the wrong question or saying the wrong thing. It's a genuine conversation. So I'm more relaxed to do so. So I appreciate that. I thank you for that. I thank you for being real because at the end of the day, you have inspired a lot of people, even if you don't know it.
Thank
You are
you.
incredibly hilarious still 30 years later.
Thank
So
you.
I thank you for coming onto the platform and bringing your energy, bringing your wisdom, and showing us how we can also be authentic and stay ourselves and still have longevity in our paths and careers that we've chosen to take. So you've reminded us that laughter is more than entertainment, and
It
sometimes it's
is.
all about the healing, survival, and the thing that helps people make it through difficult days and difficult seasons. So thank you for providing that healing to a lot of us. Okay. Tonight we've laughed, we've learned, and we got some behind the scenes look into the journey and longevity of the Steve Brown, the resilience and perseverance that he has endured and showed on this 30-year journey, and staying true to himself. So remember that, everybody that's watching, stay true to yourself no matter how much the entertainment industry is changing, how much social media is changing, and what it looks like from your phone or devices, because what will set you apart from others is how you are different and how you're not copycatting somebody else. So stay true to yourself and remember to continue to watch and try to bring joy to somebody else's life, like Steve Brown said, to make someone else laugh and smile. Hey, that should make you feel good because a lot of us need that in these times and seasons that we're enduring right now. Like he said, especially because of these high gas prices. Okay, I need some laughter. Okay, so
That
remember
is.
that other people's joy matters just like yours, and laughter matters. And even in hard seasons, you can still find reasons to smile and keep pushing forward. So Steve Brown, once again, thank you.
Thank
I
you for having
appreciate
me.
you. And I did show at the beginning of the show your flyers of your events that's coming up. It led into the broadcast, so they did see those flyers. But I'm also gonna drop all those event flyers that I had downloaded. I'm gonna drop them as soon as I end this live, so that anybody in those areas can come check you out. I'm coming to check you out in Atlanta, because I will be that way, not this weekend, but the next 3 weekends in a row. I'm going to be that way, I know. But I will check those dates so I can come in person and see you again, because it's been a few years since I see you in action in person, okay?
Well,
So,
thank you
ladies
so
and
much.
gentlemen, yes, sir. Until next time, it was the comedian Steve Brown and your girl, Makia Laree, a.k.a. Miss Fed Up, with Live on the Fed Up Show podcast. Stay laughing, stay growing, and stay fed up about your purpose. Good night, everybody, and God bless you. Peace.
Hey, man, that was fun. Thank you so much.
Most definitely. Thank you.
Hey, if there's anything I could do to help you, let me know, sweetheart.
I definitely will. We're going to stay connected. I got your number. I got your
Uh-huh.
inbox and everything. So we're going to stay connected. I'm coming to a show
That
soon,
is.
so I'm going to check those dates out so I can get there.
Okay, hon. Thank you so much, babe.
Thank you. You have a good night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Ryan.